Here is your latest African news. Your news highlights: Mozambique. Mozambique gets $300 million from World Bank after scandal. Kenya. Kenyans seek to sue the UK for alleged colonial abuses. South Africa. Eastern Cape matriculants to write trial exams in Isikorsa and Sesotho. Kenya. UK denies meddling in Kenya presidential elections. Sudan. Sudan warns of rising Blue Nile waters. Cameroon. Cameroon seals mining sites to prevent deaths. Diaspora. Former Louisville detective pleads guilty to Breonna Taylor Cover-up. Mozambique. Mozambique gets $300 million from World Bank after scandal. The World Bank on August 21st gave $300 million to Mozambique in a deal that marks the resumption of its support to the country 6 years after it suspended aid following a financial scandal involving the government. The funds disbursed by the multilateral organization in the form of a grant will be used for infrastructural projects to support the economy and improve the living conditions of the population, according to Mozambique's Finance Minister Max Tonella. The World Bank's country director for Mozambique, Ida Swarai Ridiho, insisted that the funds allocated by his organization should come in support of structural reforms and extend the efforts undertaken in recent years to strengthen accountability and transparency in the public sector. The resumption of World Bank aid comes after the International Monetary Fund (IMF) granted its first loan to Mozambique worth $556 million in May since the so-called hidden debt scandal. This massive corruption case is linked to secret loans of $1.8 billion from foreign banks to Mozambican state-owned companies guaranteed by the state. The trial of 19 defendants, all close to the government, is underway in Maputo, and the verdict is expected by the end of the year. Kenya. Kenyans seek to sue the UK for alleged colonial abuses. A group of Kenyans have filed cases against the UK government at the European Court of Human Rights (ECHR) for alleged colonial abuses. These include alleged theft of land, which is still being used by tea firms. The clans say the UK's alleged lack of engagement to seek redress has violated the European Convention on Human Rights. Representatives for the Talai and Kipsigis, who are originally from Kericho County, say they tried to meet the UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss in May 2022 but were turned down. The Talai clan say its members were forcefully evicted from fertile land in the highlands of the Rift Valley to pave way for tea plantations. The Talai led the resistance against European settlement to quash it. Every member of the clan was forcefully moved to detention in the Sesefly and mosquito-infested valley near present-day Lake Victoria. The conditions there are recorded to have been so harsh that many of them died and women suffered miscarriages. They also lost their livestock in large numbers. When Kenya gained independence in 1963, the survivors left detention and returned to what they considered their ancestral land. But they never recovered it. They say they've lived alongside the tea estates as squatters ever since. A lawyer for the claimant said that they want compensation in the region of $200 billion, an apology, and to open up a new chapter of mutual respect. South Africa. The Department of Education in the Eastern Cape has announced that matriculants in the province will for the first time write their trial exams in Isikorsa and Sesotho. The department spokesman Malibongwe Mtima confirmed this historic move on August 23rd. Mtima said the subjects that will be translated include mathematics, physical science, life sciences, history, agricultural science, and accounting. When asked what inspired this move, Mtima said the department aims to boost indigenous languages as the constitution permits. Through this initiative, the department is hoping for pupils to achieve great levels in their educational studies, as it would be easier to comprehend using their home languages. He said the department is working together with the National Lexology and the Pan-South African Language Board, PAN-SALB, to successfully achieve the mandate of the initiative. Mtima cleared concerns around the broadness of both IsiXhosa and Sesotho languages when it comes to the various terminologies and concepts in the subject. He said they will use a translation system. About 800 schools in the province are participating in this initiative. He said the test-out trial has already started. Kenya. UK denies meddling in Kenya presidential elections. UK High Commission Jane Marriott has dismissed claims that she and her country interfered in Kenya's recently concluded general elections. Ms. Marriott was reacting to allegations on social media that she pressured the Electoral Commission to declare William Ruto as president-elect following the disputed poll. Some users shared unverified photos of her shaking hands with Mr. Ruto and the electoral body chairperson Wafula Chebukati. In a series of tweets, Ms. Marriott said the UK does not support nor have a view on any candidates or parties in elections, terming the claims misinformation. Presidential candidate Raila Odinga on August 23rd urged unnamed foreign countries to cease meddling in Kenyan politics. Sudan. Sudan warns of a rising Blue Nile waters. A Sudanese state official has issued a warning over rising waters in Blue Nile River caused by ongoing floods. Sennar State Minister of Infrastructure and Urban Development Al-Mutasim Al-Taher said the current situation in the country of Sinjar was manageable so long as the water levels don't rise higher. He asked citizens to take precautions and raise alerts where necessary. Flooding in the Blue Nile could break the riverbanks and wreak havoc. At least 79 people have died this month alone because of heavy rains pounding the country, according to the government. Thousands of houses have collapsed as villages flooded. Cameroon. Cameroon seals mining sites to prevent deaths. Authorities in Cameroon have sealed at least 30 gold mines, including some owned by Chinese, after at least 33 young miners died in landslides this month and scores more were declared missing. Officials said on August 22nd that they are also concerned about working conditions that have caused deaths within the seasonal gold mine community. A heavy downpour on August 22nd kept businesses closed in Kambele, a village in Baturi district on Cameroon's eastern border with the Central African Republic. Cameroon says Kambele is home to several thousand Cameroonians, Chadians, and Central African Republic civilians either working or looking for a job in gold mines. Diaspora. Former Louisville detective pleads guilty to Breonna Taylor Cover-up. A former Louisville police detective who helped falsify the warrant that led to the deadly police raid at Breonna Taylor's apartment has pleaded guilty to a federal conspiracy charge. Federal investigators said Kelly Goodlett added a false line to the warrant and later conspired with another detective to create a cover story when Taylor's March 13, 2020 shooting death by police began gaining national attention. Taylor, a 26-year-old black woman, was shot to death by officers who knocked down her door while executing a drug search warrant. Taylor's boyfriend fired a shot that hit one of the officers as they came through the door, and then they returned fire, striking Taylor multiple times. Goodlett, 35, appeared in a federal courtroom in Louisville on August 23rd and admitted to conspiring with another Louisville police officer to falsify the warrant. 3 former Louisville officers were indicted on criminal civil rights charges earlier this month by a federal grand jury. Goodlett will be sentenced in November 2022 and faces up to 5 years in prison for the conviction. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share, and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. And remember, Africa is watching.